In a world that never stops watching, the most dangerous information isn't what others keep from you. It's what you reveal without thinking. One careless word, one innocent photo, one small overshare, and suddenly you've drawn a map straight to your vulnerabilities. Throughout history, lives have been shattered not by grand betrayals, but by simple, unintended disclosures. We often think of threats as distant, as something that happens to other people. But the truth is, most people who find themselves targeted never saw it coming. They trusted too easily, spoke too openly, lived too publicly. And the cost of that innocence can be devastating. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about awareness. It's about understanding that survival now depends as much on what you protect as what you pursue, because when you realize how much of your life can be weaponized against you, you learn the first lesson of true wisdom. What you don't say can save you. In this video, we're going to break down 5 secrets you should never share if you care about your safety, your freedom, or your future. Let's get into it. 1. Do not disclose location and travel schedule. It starts innocently enough. A check-in at the airport, a selfie from the beach, a tagged dinner at a trendy restaurant. We think we're just sharing moments, little pieces of our life for friends and followers to enjoy. But each of those moments quietly delivers a crucial piece of information. Where you are, and even more dangerously, where you are not. The problem isn't just who you intend to share it with, it's who ends up seeing it. By showing where you are, you're also showing where you're not. Your home is empty, your routines are predictable, your defenses are down. You're offering real-time intelligence without even realizing it. Why do we do it? Validation. We want to feel seen. We want to feel connected. We want others to know we're living a full, interesting life. But Stoic philosophy reminds us, not everything that feels good is good for you. Not every urge deserves to be obeyed. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." In other words, if you believe you're already safe just because you live in a good area or because nothing bad has ever happened to me, you leave yourself wide open. Here's how you protect yourself. Post your trip photos after you return, not while you're away. Share that amazing new coffee spot only after you've left. Delay, deflect, protect. Build unpredictability into your public presence. Let your online trail be just that. A trail, not a live broadcast. And if you're worried it might seem antisocial or guarded, remember, real life happens offline. You don't need the world's approval to enjoy your experiences. You need to protect the life you've built. Because in a world where anyone can watch, your silence is your sanctuary, and your privacy is your strongest armor. 2. Do not share personal or family weaknesses. Some dangers don't come from burglars or hackers. They come from people who learn too much about your vulnerabilities and use them against you. It might start innocently. You're at a gathering, sharing how you've been feeling overwhelmed. You mention an aging parent who lives alone. You talk about your struggles with anxiety after a tough breakup. You're just venting, connecting. But in the wrong hands, these aren't just personal stories. They're blueprints. We all crave connection. We want to be understood. Vulnerability feels brave, and with social media, it's almost second nature to share everything. But Stoic philosophy reminds us, not everything that is true needs to be said. There's nothing shameful about having struggles. The danger comes when you broadcast them to people who haven't earned your trust. Manipulators and predators thrive on 2 things: information about your emotional soft spots, predictable patterns they can exploit. When you share too freely about illnesses, fears, financial stress, or family hardships, you're giving away the emotional map they can use to control, intimidate, or exploit you. Think of it like this. Talking about living alone might attract someone looking for easy targets. Mentioning your fear of confrontation might invite someone to push your boundaries. Sharing your child's routine might give someone with bad intentions exactly the intel they need. Share strength, not struggle, in public spaces. Keep sensitive information offline and in trusted circles. If you feel the urge to open up, pause and ask, is this person safe? Have they earned my trust? Because here's the hard truth. In a world that sometimes preys on openness, silence is self-protection. Not silence out of shame, but silence out of wisdom. You don't need to explain your pain to people who haven't shown they're worthy of your truth. You can heal without broadcasting. You can connect without exposing. Your privacy is not weakness, it's your armor. 3. Do not share personal financial information. We live in a society conditioned to celebrate our successes publicly. Social media rewards us for oversharing with likes, comments, and fleeting validation. But those celebrations, however innocent they may feel, are not received by friends alone. They are received by strangers, opportunists, and sometimes predators. There's a psychological trap here. We believe the world is rooting for us, and many people are, but not all. Jealousy, entitlement, and predatory instincts can live silently in the hearts of acquaintances, co-workers, or even casual friends. Your celebration could ignite someone else's resentment or greed without you ever knowing. The Stoics, ancient masters of inner discipline, understood this deeply. They lived quietly, not because they lacked achievements, but because they knew that true strength doesn't need an audience. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet wrote repeatedly about the virtue of humility and the danger of being ruled by pride and external validation. In a world that rewards showing off, choosing silence is an act of wisdom. What should you do instead? Be intentional. Celebrate privately with trusted people. Deflect financial conversations gracefully. You don't have to lie. You simply need to be selective. When someone asks about your salary or your new purchase, you can answer simply, "I'm comfortable," and move on. When you achieve something significant, hold it close until you're certain sharing it won't open doors you can't close again. Remember, your financial status is like the pin to your personal life. Guard it, protect it, because once information is out there, you can't pull it back, and you have no control over how it will be used. Privacy isn't about fear, it's about strength. Silence isn't weakness, it's a shield. And when you live with that awareness, you begin to understand. Sometimes the safest thing you can say is nothing at all. 4. Do not disclose information about personal security systems. It's natural to feel proud when you upgrade your home's security. A new alarm system, cameras at every entrance, smart locks you can control from your phone. Maybe you even post about it. A quick photo of the keypad, a tweet about your new tech, a mention at a casual dinner. But what feels like responsible pride is often dangerous exposure. When you talk about your security systems, what brand you use, how many cameras you have, where the safe is tucked, you're not just sharing upgrades, you're giving away your blueprint. To someone with patience and bad intentions, that's more valuable than any possession inside your home. Not every threat is random. Some threats are designed, patient, strategic. They don't need to break down your door with brute force. They just need you to tell them where to go. The psychological trap is understandable. We want acknowledgement for being responsible. We want to show that we're prepared. But true security doesn't need an audience. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus said, "Be silent for the most part, or if you speak, say only what is necessary, and in few words." They weren't just talking about idle gossip. They were talking about self-preservation. Here's the truth. The strongest fortress isn't the one everyone sees. It's the one nobody can figure out. The less outsiders know about your defenses, the harder it is for anyone to find a weakness. Protect yourself with these principles. Never discuss security details publicly, even in safe spaces like group chats or social media forums. If you must talk about home upgrades, keep it vague. "We're updating some things at home" is enough. Never post pictures of your alarm panels, safes, or locks. Teach your family the same. Kids and teens especially tend to overshare without understanding the stakes. Living stoically in the modern world means building silent strength. It's about knowing that the need for approval or congratulations is never worth the risk of exposure. Because when you reveal how you protect yourself, you're not discouraging danger, you're challenging it. Protect your life like you would a hidden treasure. Speak little, show less, trust your strength, and let no one map your defenses. 5. Do not share information that could be used for identity theft. In today's digital world, most people don't realize how much of themselves they've scattered across the internet. It's not just about passwords or banking information anymore. It's the casual details, the stories, the memories we share without thinking that can quietly build a perfect profile for someone with bad intentions. Every post about your first pet, every comment mentioning your mother's maiden name, every throwback photo to your childhood street. These are all pieces of a puzzle. Alone, they seem harmless, but together, they can give someone everything they need to impersonate you, access your accounts, and destroy your financial and personal life. Identity theft today doesn't usually happen with a dramatic break-in. It happens with breadcrumbs we leave behind voluntarily. And the worst part, most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing it. The small pieces we share, our birthdays, graduation years, even the names of family members, become a map someone can use to walk right into our digital lives. Hackers and scammers don't have to be brilliant. They just have to be observant and patient. This is where a Stoic mindset isn't just helpful, it's necessary. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." In a modern sense, if it's not necessary, don't post it. Self-discipline isn't just about managing your emotions, it's about managing your information. Stoicism teaches you to control what you can, and what you can control is what you reveal about yourself. Before you share a funny memory, post a family photo, or answer a fun quiz online, pause. Ask yourself, would I want a stranger knowing this about me? Could this information help someone impersonate me? If the answer isn't a clear no, don't share it. Your life story is precious. It's yours to protect. Use fake answers for security questions that you can remember, but no one else could guess. Avoid talking about the apps and platforms you use for banking or shopping. Regularly review your old posts and delete anything that could be used against you. Tighten your privacy settings wherever you can. Make it hard for strangers to build a version of you that you never intended to reveal. We lock our doors every night without thinking twice. Yet, online, we often leave everything wide open. Melissa didn't get hacked because she was careless. She got hacked because she trusted a world that rewards oversharing and punishes discretion. We have the power to break that cycle, not by living in fear, but by living with wisdom, by choosing silence when it matters, by protecting the small truths of our lives that, once given away, can never be taken back. Think about your own habits. Have you ever shared a piece of information online that later made you uneasy? Have you posted a detail that, in hindsight, gave away more than you intended? If so, you're not alone. But today is a chance to change that. Every choice you make to protect your information strengthens the walls around your life. In a world where information is power, protecting what you know and guarding what you share is not just survival, it's freedom. Conclusion. If you've stayed with me this far, you already understand something that most people never will. Protection in this world doesn't just come from locks and alarms, it comes from awareness. The most dangerous risks to your safety, freedom, and peace are often hidden in plain sight. They're in the small details you share casually, in the trust you give too easily, in the habits you've been taught to believe are harmless. But once you start seeing clearly, once you recognize the hidden costs of oversharing, you gain a power that no one can take away. You gain the ability to move through the world without leaving a trail for anyone with bad intentions to follow. You become less predictable, less vulnerable, and more sovereign over your own life. This isn't about living in fear. It's about living with intention. It's about realizing that not everyone deserves access to your story, your location, your struggles, or your identity. It's about knowing that privacy isn't weakness, it's strength. Silence isn't cowardice, it's strategy. And protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's survival. The world today is louder than ever. Everyone is posting, sharing, announcing, inviting strangers into their private lives without a second thought. But you, if you choose, can be different. You can be the one who holds back what matters, who values their own security over cheap validation. You can live by the old, powerful wisdom the Stoics understood so well, that true strength is found not in what you reveal, but in what you choose to guard. So let today be a turning point. Before you post, before you share, before you speak, pause. Ask yourself, does this protect me or expose me? Let that question guide you. Build habits of discretion. Build a life that's secure, sacred, and shielded by your own good sense. You don't owe the world your life story. You owe yourself the chance to live it safely, fully, and on your own terms. Remember, in a world that's always watching, the most powerful move is often the quiet one. Stay sharp, stay silent, stay free.